Thank you so much for coming, guys. This was the intermediate class at Avalon on whatever today is. Heather was helping me out today, and we talked about moves Aris often sees led and followed socially that don't really make sense. We tried to make them make sense. So we started off by talking just about our basic tuck. The hand should slope up gradually. This is a handshake hold tuck. As we come in, followers, we are stepping forward on count 3, looking away on count 4, and looking back toward our leaders on count 5 as we anchor around for 5 and 6. So if you watch how where she's looking, 2, 3, and 4, she's looking at me for 5 and 6. That's just a little bit safer, all right? Then we talked about contrasting the handshake hold tuck with a duck under, or drape. So sorry, this is the drape first. So rather than leading up, flipping the hand, getting compression, and then turning in our handshake hold tuck, for the drape, our hands relax as they pass our follower's forehead. So rather than flipping over and getting that compression, we're just totally relaxing our fingers, and this lets our follower know we're going to move the hand. All right? So we've got 1, it's relaxing, and now we place behind. We talked real quick about safety here. A lot of stuff dealing with the head and neck, thank you, today. Followers, try to keep your own frame. You can also let go at any point in time. So leaders, I'm not trying to force and place the hand behind her head. She can let go at any time, and if she wants to let go super early, I can still have my hand get to where I want it to get to, which is forearm on the side of her shoulder. I'll show from this side too. So just for this basic drape, it's 1, 2, and 3. All right? We talked about floating anchors, how a lot of leaders don't really lead floating anchors in a way that's clear, but followers, we can still work with this visually, and if I start moving toward Heather on this anchor, she can kind of read that she should keep moving back, and she's got to move back far enough to get this hand hold naturally. So this was a floating anchor for 5 and 6, where I'm just drifting toward her in this basic example. We have 1, drape, 3, 4, I'm floating, 5 and 6 toward her, and she's moving back far enough to pick up that hand. That's all visual on her part. She's filling in for me, okay? Now, how we actually did it was picking up the opposite hand underneath. So we have 1, drape, and by 3, we're getting this left-to-left hand hold underneath. I'm going to use some compression here, leaders. My right hand is just gently resting on the back of her shoulder. I'm floating forward for this 5 and 6, okay? Then we do the free spin. For the free spin, just real quick with the basic, we talked about followers being patient on count 2, waiting to transfer our weight, and spotting our slot, not our leader, on count 4. So followers, if I'm doing a free spin, I don't want to step forward on count 2. I want to wait till my and count. I want to pulse my upbeat and take longer to transfer. 1 and 2 and 3 is when I'm heading on through. And as I turn back around on 4, or as Heather turns back around on 4, she's not going to look at me, she's going to look at her own slot and that wall, and that's going to give her better balance, okay? So with that whole part, we've got 1, drape, pick up the hand, here's compression, 5 and 6, I'm ending up off slot leaders, no lawnmower crank, I'm just trying to have her hand hold past my follower center line, get her right shoulder to move back for this free spin. 1 and 2, 3 and 4, pick up the hands, 5 and 6, we just did a basic sugar push after this, 3 and 4, 5 and 6. Both hands, leaders, ending up on the right side of the track for our slingshot, and this is the right side of our track leader, so after I lead this sugar push, I am ending up offset on my right, so that when I lead a slingshot, my follower can move past me, all right? For the slingshot, we talked a little bit about this idea of opening our arms, so leaders are just shifting away on 1 to initiate. Here's 1. On 2, our arms are opening out to the side. We're kind of facing, chest facing each other. And on 3, we move away. So we're both having our weight on our right foot. Okay? Show from the other side. So just the slingshot. We have 1, 2, and away. All right? Now, leaders, I suggested this kind of lunge position. We're on our right foot. Both of our heels are down. Right knee is bent. My center's over my right foot. This is a very supportive position for me. Followers, we can either mirror or do this styling that Heather was using, where we have almost a straight right leg and the left foot kind of beveled in like this. I mentioned this would probably be a bad idea for leaders to do support-wise, but a great idea for followers. Now for this grooving back and forth, I mentioned how I should watch my follower's left foot. Now if I led my follower to their left foot every time, it wouldn't really be clear when we would be getting out. So I'm thinking about shifting my weight to my right foot, but then only halfway in. Right foot and then only halfway in. And we're switching from tension as we go out to compression on the way, so out. In, tension, compression. The hands are staying the same height, guys. This is also for clarity. If I'm doing the bucking bronco thing, it's going to be a little bit unclear as well when we're getting out. So we are just leading from the outside to halfway in, and when it's time to lead out, the hand comes up, I do lead her through her left foot, and then we have this duck under, okay? Now, the duck under, we talked about the easiest way to learn this was with an underarm turn, which is what we did. Side of the hand on the side of the shoulder, no fingertips, it rolls over, and I get my shoulder and elbow as high as I need to get underneath. I told leaders this is the time I'm okay with you doing this because I need to make space. We're not pushing down, we're not grabbing or squeezing or anything. I'll show from this side. 2, 1, 2, and rolling through underneath. And we're probably going to end up on our right foot, followers on your left, okay? So from this slingshot, the exit, after we groove for however many counts, we lead through the left foot, the hand comes up, we go under and through. We can also groove here, we didn't really talk about that. And the main exit we went over just kind of briefly at the end was, without using this hand, an inside roll here before anchoring together. But there's a bunch of other exits as well. Let me show you from this side real quick. So after we get to here, whenever this happens, I could potentially walk around my followers. We have a lot of different social options, all right? I'll try to show the whole thing all the way through. So we have 1 drape, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. 1, 2, 3, and 4, 5, and 6. 1, 2, 3, and 4. Offset, 5 and 6. Slingshot. We groove as much as we want to. We make it clear when we're going to exit. We duck under, and then when we're ready, we do this again before anchoring on the exit. That was your class slide. You guys did great. Thanks so much.
Thank you.
Thank you.